racy. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane.
Hey, what's up, guys? Looks like Trees and Pepper and PC out there so far. Robin's here with me. We do this Thursday thing to
Wednesday.
We do this Thursday thing to talk about politics in order to have the conversation and tell people stuff they may not know, and but we also have a little fun with it too. So there's that. But the big thing that I'm not sure about what to do with this yet is whether to do something different and talk about stuff particular to Kentucky or just keep it with the rest of it, because I have a feeling eventually there's going to be two directions that this goes because of the whole Andy Bashir nonsense. But whatever. Anyway, how are you today, Robin?
I'm pretty good. I've been catching up on all the news. Of course, I guess everybody knows Kamala Harris is probably going to be our running our candidate. That she's got all the delegates and the support, and she just needs to get the convention.
You've been dying to talk politics all day, haven't you, Robin?
I've been talking politics a little bit. I was on Spatchcock's, a while ago, and then I was on Mrs. Maud's channel this morning, but we didn't talk politics because there's a few Trump supporters over there that are probably licking their wounds right now.
Yeah. What's up, Barnaby? Thanks for the $2 super chat. Hello. Yeah. Well, I've been digging around looking for clips and stuff we could use and things, and we because it's this whole news thing, because I had wanted to do a news top show before and it'd be kind of like comedy and stuff, but whenever it comes to all this election stuff, this shit ain't really that funny, so not great for comedy.
Can I just say that last week I had a pit in my stomach. You know what I mean? Because I knew that we had Biden, and I think he's a good president, but he wasn't selling. You know what I mean? He just was not going over with anybody. And I thought we were just stuck there. And I didn't know what we were going to do. And I couldn't really push for him to quit. And I didn't think they'd try to overthrow him, but I just felt like we were going to lose. And it just made me sick thinking about us losing. And I feel, and I think everybody in the party, most of us, feel like this. Oh my gosh, I feel like so much hope. I mean, I want to get out and work phone banks, and I want to knock on doors, and I want to get her elected, and I want this man to go away.
You're going to knock on doors? Are you a Jehovah's Witness in your spare time, Robin?
No, I'm going to be a Project 2025 person.
No, I mean, I get like feeling like because with Biden, it's like you don't really want to say too much bad about him, because it's not that he was a bad president or any of those things, but as far as it was looking for him getting elected and beating Trump, it just wasn't going the direction it needed to be going at this time. And I think that he made the right choice, and I think that
I think he did too. I don't think that I think he actually, if you look at it, we were giving Biden shit, and they were trying to say they made him come out. Biden has always been a person who had a strategy with stuff, and he played this perfectly. They spent all their campaign. They spent the whole convention and all of this stuff attacking President Biden. And now that's not even who he's running against. So they didn't even get to focus on the candidate, and it throwed them so out of knot. And it was just, I mean, if I'm going to credit him with doing it, on purpose, and maybe he did or he didn't. But we'll credit. But since we don't know, we can give it to him anyway. So he was a genius on his little.
Well, before we get too far into just talking about the things related to stuff we're going to talk about anyway, let me go ahead and we'll do this whole all the things that happened this week in the news, and then let it go from those specific events outward from there, and we'll spend the last part of it, or after that, because this won't take that long. After that, we'll spend the time talking about Kamala Harris and the VP and the whole Andy Bashir thing, and that people are asking about in the chat. Let's me and Robin are gonna do the news thing, and this is factual stuff, but it's kind of funny too, some of it. Definitely stuff that all happened though. So Jess has made us a nice little news intro. Here's me and Robin with the news. All right, that thing's cool, ain't it?
You still didn't get a smiling picture out of me.
No, but I thought about taking the troll smile, the like when you're trolling people, the smiley face for the meme, and putting
on my head,
photoshopping it over for you. It would have been funny. All right, so since you and I talked last, they had the Democratic or the Republican National Convention, and boy, they played up the whole Trump shooting thing, didn't they?
Didn't you just love all the people in the audience with their maxi pads on their ears? Yeah. It was great. I mean,
yeah,
we're not in a cult. We're just all wearing maxi pads on our ears.
After Trump, the media is so stupid. Do you know that? After Trump got shot, they play up this whole thing about, oh, we're going to see unity and everybody's going to be together. And the Daily Show made some jokes and stuff about this, but just because it has all the unity claims in one video, I'm going to show this clip. Also, all the clips I show are linked in the description.
Oh, yeah, Jon Stewart's bomb. He's just a bomb.
Oh, I'm not going to show anything he says because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but I'm going to show the mashup of clips that they used.
The attack on Trump has changed the storyline and the tone of this convention, with the former president calling for unity.
Something has fundamentally shifted here.
This is going to be a different tone.
This is going to shift what we are hearing from every single person who takes the stage.
It is about unity. It's about coming together and supporting one another now.
More trying to lower the political temperature here.
It's like a wholly different convention that we're going to see.
I think that bullet grazed his ear, but it impacted his heart.
Impacted his heart. Did they forget who the hell they were talking about? Like, I have trouble believing that they actually believed that Trump was going to turn this whole thing around and make it a big message of unity.
But they like to gaslight you. They like to tell you that something's not happening that you see with your own eyes. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to be all about unity. You're going to watch it and you're not going to see unity, but they're going to say, see, it was all about unity.
They thought it was an M. Night Shyamalan video, and they played up the whole unity thing, and here's what they actually did. Let's look at that.
Yeah.
Democrats' disastrous record on crime, trade, and regulation has ruined the lives of countless Minnesotans.
Your family is less safe.
Biden's violent crime crisis.
Our children are dying.
War on families.
Woke indoctrination trampled underfoot by the radical left. Biden and the Democrats are doing everything they can to tear down this great country.
America cannot afford 4 more years of a weekend at Bernie's presidency.
I'm glad I don't live in their world, because they are just so freaking out of it. The crime is not high. It's like
That was
low.
the unity that they were looking for.
The only crime we have is, domestic terrorism by, that like the whole Patriot Front, like
But their supporters. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is.
Well, they walked through Nashville like 2 weeks ago. They went through Nashville, 3 groups of them.
Also, their supporters.
Yes, they're all voting for Trump. I guarantee it. If they can all vote, some of them might not be able to vote.
And I'm not saying you're a white supremacist if you support Trump. I'm just saying that white supremacists do support Trump.
Yeah. not all Trump supporters are Nazis, but all Nazis support Trump.
Yeah. Funny how that works. DeSantis,
licked his lips.
he used his weekend at Bernie's joke up, and then Joe Biden dropped out. I bet he thought he was going to have that the rest of the campaign season, didn't he? That's
and everybody quit talking about Trump's ear too. You notice that? Like the all the sympathy that was, and the Democrats, the leader of the Secret Service, she stepped down.
Yeah,
she resigned, and they both, Republican and Democrat, grilled her hard.
Yeah,
they
she
all
should have
did.
stepped down. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, even though this may have been some kind of freak accident or whatever, I mean, you're the boss, and it stops at you, so no one's to blame but the boss, right? So I don't know. I mean, so the convention though, they spent 3 days just trashing anyone Democrat and saying that Democrats were destroying America and that they're coming for your kids and everybody else.
I'd like to also say that they crashed Grindr.
Oh, well, they did do that too. That happened too.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The party that wants to, get rid of porn and is against LGBTQ crashed Grindr because of the usage.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sounds like them.
They're like a clown car. But I feel like that. See, last week I kept having this dream. I had this dream one night, and I was like, they were driving, and they were like wide open, headed toward this wall, this brick wall, and they had the rest of us locked in the back of this truck or this van. You know what I mean? And there was nothing we could do. I mean, it was like we were just sitting back there, just waiting for them to hit the wall. And now I don't feel like that anymore. Thank goodness.
Well, I mean, I get it. Like the something needed to happen, but at the same time, if it wasn't going to happen, you got to support the person that's there. And I mean, it's just things are, it's so much better because first of all, Joe Biden dropping out leaves Trump as the old guy now.
Yes.
And, now when people want to go look through clips of somebody saying crazy shit on stage, it's Trump. He's the old guy that's saying all the crazy shit now. And Kamala is,
Well, he was saying the crazy shit then. But,
I know.
It just wasn't showing up good against Biden. Now he looks really,
now he looks like so much worse.
Yes. And the racist, sexist attacks that they are making are just making them look even better. I mean, they can't help it. They just cannot help it.
No. And I think it's funny. They, like a week before Biden dropped out, all the Democrats, or all the Republicans rather, lined up and had a big press conference and gave all the reasons they thought Joe Biden should drop out. And then he drops out and they're fucking trying to sue him to make him stay in.
Yes. And somebody's going to have already drafted articles of impeachment against Kamala. They're going to try. They have a plan. This is their plan. They want to have Kamala. They want to impeach Kamala and have her file the 25th. Anyway, their little plan works out to where they get Johnson to the presidency before the election.
Yeah.
This is what they think. I mean, this is how
Yeah.
attached to reality that people
They
are.
think it's that close. It's that close.
I mean, they're just so.
Now all we got to do is prove that she's crazy.
Let's Farm said, didn't you just love JD pretending like he was a hillbilly? We actually have a clip for that whenever Joe wants me to show it. So
yeah, we'll get there in a minute.
We don't have JD, but we have a clip of Andy giving him.
Well, I just want to wait until the end to get to the vice president stuff, because then that leads into some other stuff that we're talking about. Did you see Marjorie Taylor Greene and the weird noise she was making on stage?
I know John said, does she know she's making that noise?
Yeah. Fucking Klan mom. She's so weird. She's just here's her making the sound. Look at this.
The founding father of the America First movement, Donald John Trump. Make America successful again. Wealthy again. The country we deserve.
Now, if you're not wearing headphones, you might not have caught that, but she makes some weird noises in there in between each thing. Jon Stewart said it was the evil trying to come out.
yeah, it's like her sitting there going, I want to say something so bad. You know what I mean?
I think her fake smile, because she was making that big, strangely fake smile, I think the only way she could hold that was to act like she was laughing while doing it. That's what I think she was doing there. But I don't know. She's
that was a really great. That was a pageant. That was a pageant smile. You know what I mean? The pageant. Yeah. This is the parade, pageant parade or something.
She's so strange. Like, not only I don't know what she's doing there, but she's just. I don't know. It again, it fits in with what you would expect, though. Of course, she does some weird shit.
It certainly gives a lot of children hope that they can someday serve in Congress.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, even
someday they can be like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, I mean, anybody could look at. I mean, Bober. I mean, she did took 4 times to pass her GED, and has several. Things against her being, a criminal, before she came into Congress. Yeah. So, I mean, and it didn't keep them from electing her. So,
yeah, I mean, I guess if you're a racist, xenophobic asshole, the Republican Party always has room for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm hoping that they're crazy. I'm hoping that they get beat. I watched the show last night. It said, it was one of the political strategists, and they said, he said that they need to get beat 2 times, two terms.
Yeah.
And he said that by the end, he thinks that they will have cleaned the crazy out and be back to somewhat of a normal party. You know, I mean, they'll always be the conservative party, but he said that they'll be forced when they continue to lose, they'll have to do something. I mean, what's sad though is that, a large part of our country doesn't even recognize that they're crazy. They think we're crazy. I mean,
yeah, that's true. There's people like Marjorie Taylor Greene are some of the
she's
most
crazy, but my parents are conservatives. They're not crazy like that, and they still don't recognize crazy. They still look at these people and say, "That's my people right there."
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Is
I mean, you know what I mean? What?
And I really think that this year the RNC, I think there was a lot of people probably waiting for that to come around to see what kind of messaging and stuff came out of it. And it was the same old extremist crap that MAGA's been saying the whole time, most of which was just not even true. It was just people lying about shit and all that. But I don't think that most Republicans are, or I won't say most because most are, but I don't think that all Republicans are on board with that kind of shit. But I mean, that's where the party's going, so they're going there whether you stay or not. You might as well jump ship now. Go ahead and vote Democrat.
Yes. I've got two. I think I have it. Or maybe I don't. I thought I had it. I've got the Lincoln Project had a new thing out too, a new election called Convention.
Yeah.
And it was so good. And it was about Project 2025 and stuff. The last normal Republican, I guess, is Romney and Pence.
Yeah. The two religious extremists weren't extreme enough for Republicans.
Romney though is very much supportive of I've read lots of books on him.
Well,
he has never ever supported religion and politics being mixed. He has always supported separation of church and state. He was anti-abortion,
but he is.
But he still it wasn't over religions because he's a Mormon, and so he's not in a majority religion either.
He thinks Joseph Smith read the laws from a magic hat, and so I'm going to call him an extremist still.
Well, I know, but compared to, he's still the normal.
He doesn't govern that way.
Anybody that actually wants to follow the Constitution is normal Republican now.
He's probably so pissed. He's like, here, I've been quiet all these years about all this crazy shit I believe.
Well, he did.
And now that I'm leaving, they come out.
Yeah, he did vote to impeach Trump both times.
Yeah.
So he did his part anyway. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he did his job. That's the standard. Mike Pence. The only reason Mike Pence isn't going down in history as crazy as hell as the rest of them is because on one day he did his job.
Hey, but there's so many that don't. Look at
all
all the
I
ones
agree. I agree.
All the ones that stand up there and gaslight us and say January 6th was a tourist thing and
that they're all hostages and shit. Yeah. No, I agree that it's more than what most of them do or have done. I agree with you completely. It's just sad that that's where the bar's set, that Mike Pence showed up and did his job one day and more people agree with him. Romney, he's been a Republican and before they lost their damn minds, he would have been considered far right, but they left him behind.
Yeah, because the Mormon thing hurt him. Because these Christians don't consider Mormons Christian. And I don't know that I do either. But
I don't consider none of them the same anyhow. I think to me they both believe in crazy, horrible shit, so.
Well, when you get a planet when you die, I just can't hardly put you into Christianity.
Yeah.
That's thing. I think that's more along Scientology almost.
Yeah. Mormons are the old school Scientologists.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Settler days. Scientology during the settler. That was the settlers.
We'll be able to talk through this one. Look, it wasn't all bad. We did get to see Rudy Giuliani hit the floor. There he goes. Here, let me play this 4 or 5 times just to make myself feel better.
That was really good.
One more. Okay.
You think he fell or he's drunk?
I think he showed up and thought it was a way to get some money and thought he was at a Walmart. So he was taking a fall.
Maybe he had some coffee cans, but you see a coffee can on him.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You got a picture of all the maxi pads on their ears.
Yeah. Getting Rudy up out of the floor. He was trying to stop and take a nap on the way down through there. Well, I hate to see old folks falling on the floor, except for that one. I could handle that a couple here. Just one more time. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. All right.
And Trump fell asleep during
yeah.
His son's speech. He was so bored. And then Lee Greenwood was up there announcing Trump to come out and wouldn't shut up, and they just started running the announcement over the intercom. You know what I mean? While he was still talking, because
well, he never did even he was supposed to sing, and he never even got to singing because he was too busy kissing Trump's ass.
Yeah, just going on and on and on.
Eventually, I think it's funny because they show Trump backstage, and he's back there going, telling him, saying, tell him to hurry up. Let's get this on with.
Yeah, he's standing there like I'm standing up.
Looking forward for his chance to go out there and talk for fucking 2.5 hours.
The longest, it was the longest like convention acceptance speech ever.
Yeah.
Of course. It was such a beautiful speech. It was the beautiful speech it ever was.
Yeah. He was all napped up after his son was on stage.
Yeah, he fell asleep. Was it Eric? It was Eric. Was it Eric that was talking? Or
yeah, it was Eric.
Yeah. They said his least favorite son. Yes, and then Hulk Hogan got up there and like pulled off 2 or 3 shirts.
Yeah, I should have included the Hulk Hogan thing just so I could make fun of him too. But yeah, Hulk Hogan, that's who you got. Like the one place that it's still acceptable to be Hulk Hogan. No one else wants shit to do with Hulk Hogan. Deservedly so.
Like Kid Rock.
Yeah. Kid Rock, yeah.
And what's his name? You sang Cat Scratch Fever.
Huh?
The guy that sings Cat Scratch Fever, I can't even think of his name right now. And Wang Tang Putang and oh God, come on, smack him. He's the other big Trump fan. Ted Nugent. There you go.
Ted Nugent. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're funny, Robin.
You don't remember that? You don't know that? He's like
no, I do. Yeah. I do. No, that's not what I meant. So Kamala, Joe drops out. So they have this whole convention. Joe Biden drops out of the race, leaving them standing there bitching about nobody. And Kamala takes over. Now I'm sure they'll try to tie it all back to it doesn't matter. It's they'll say Joe Biden's the one pulling the strings and that he's too old to be doing it, I guess, still. But
they said he died. They was telling him that he died, that he was actually dead.
Yeah, well, that's actually where I was going with that. Is a bunch of people had said he died and stuff, but
now you have a lizard clone, I guess.
Yeah. Just to reassure all of you conspiracy theorists out there that Biden isn't dead. Kamala gave a speech where she talked to him on the phone. Here it is.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do. They truly are like family to us. And we do, everybody here does.
It's mutual.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love you.
I love you, Joe. Oh.
Yeah. I think that's the whole reason they did that is because people were saying he was dead.
Yeah, but they've played up the whole time that their candidacy. I mean, their term has been going on that they didn't like each other.
Yeah,
that she was just simply this DEI, that he didn't really have any respect for her and whatever. And I think that it's just so. I mean, I think that Biden has. I mean, regardless of what, he has just jumped up and pushed her. And I think he did the right thing because he made sure that they didn't get to like do a sneak attack on her and take her out. You know what I mean? He made sure that, I mean, she had his endorsement at the announcement.
Mark said, "Hey,"
and so that I think he did right.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think they needed to know if she was going to run first of all, but I kind of figured once it got serious, she would run. Like,
but Manchin had actually planned to come back into the Democrat Party after leaving it and run, and is throwing a fit because of that. I mean,
oh yeah, he probably thought he could win.
Like, we wanted him back. Come back. Oh yeah. I mean, like that. I mean, what?
Yeah. That like anybody was thinking, you know what we need on the Democratic ticket? Joe Manchin as president.
Flippy floppy,
that's what we need.
Joe Manchin. Flip flop Joe Manchin.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that. Like there were people thinking that. I say though that this whole thing with Kamala was number one, a stunt to show that Joe's still alive, and for everybody to see him actually in person telling her he supports her to do it. But just to get, whenever she starts making ads and stuff, I think she needs to up the attitude a little bit. We got this that she can use as her intro if she wants. Check this out.
It is so good to hear our.
And hold on, try this one.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yeah, Kamala needs more of that.
She did the first speech. She went straight at him at the first speech. She did that speech in Milwaukee. She went straight at him. She said, I prosecuted sexual predators. I prosecuted for-profit universities that were, like in Trump University was one of them. I've prosecuted fraudulent corporations. I know Donald Trump's type. That's what she said. She went straight at him. She did. She went straight at him, and I loved it. And I think it put fear in his.
Oh, well, I think Donald Trump has no idea what to do in this situation because his normal stuff isn't going to work as well with her. She's not going to put up with his shit.
Well, he cannot help himself saying something racist.
Well,
I mean, he cannot help himself. He just won't be able to. They'll have to sew his lips shut.
Yeah, he's just going to come out with all these attacks of all these bad things that she did and then have to explain why, if he thought she was doing so bad, that he was giving her money up until he ran for president.
Yeah, he donated in 2011. He donated twice to her campaign.
Yeah, meanwhile, his vice president is on TV calling him Hitler and stuff.
Yes. J.D. Vance, I don't know. I thought he drank a lot of Kool-Aid, didn't he? He went from, I mean, like, he was real progressive and everything. And I was going to say, Les Farm said something about, I heard that too. They said Liz Cheney or Adam Kinzinger. I don't know what's wrong with these people that they think we were going to elect a Republican to our ticket. I mean, we wouldn't even get Republican votes with Liz Cheney. I mean, because they all think she's a rhino.
Yeah. RFK has a better chance.
No, we don't want him either. Oh,
no, God. We don't want him either. But hey, you seen Matt Gaetz was there, right? That guy. You seen him, right? Only, oh my God. What the fuck? Oh, what happened to you, Matt Gaetz? How did we get from there, which was already plastic surgery work, by the way, to here? These people aren't serious.
They're seriously deranged, is what they are.
Yeah.
Which Matt Gaetz is like, he's kind of in trouble anyway, right? He's got an ethics thing going against him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're still I mean, even though he wasn't charged, that doesn't matter. I mean, they've had a lot of witnesses come in and testify that they got money from him to go to events and both had sex and did drugs with him. So, yeah.
Well, see, he messed up. He got Kevin McCarthy. They're into it. So Kevin's prosecuting that probably.
Did Matt Gaetz do a DUI? Yeah, it looks like a DUI photo, don't it? Unfortunately, that was on stage at the Republican National Convention.
Him and Don just did a big line.
Yeah.
And Don Jr. Him and Don Jr. Because Don Jr. had like at the convention, he had one thing where he had something in his nose. Like it looked like he still had a bunch of cocaine in his nose.
Yeah.
When he was talking, because they were like, "What is that in his nose?"
Listen, people don't act like that normally, right? Don Jr. can say whatever he wants to say. I mean, if he's not on drugs, then he's lost his damn mind and doesn't know what he's doing on camera and stuff. Because I've watched a lot of Don Jr. interviews, and that's not how normal people act.
Well, you got some good buddies around you when you go on national television in the Republican National Convention, and nobody, even your old lady, didn't even say, "Hey, buddy, you need to go wipe that shit off your nose."
They probably don't give a shit, honestly.
Well, I mean, I did drugs for years, so check your nose before you go out in public, especially if you're going on TV.
Yeah, but were you rich and did drugs is the question.
No.
You just thought you were.
No, I didn't think I was either, but
yeah, I
was just the man.
Yeah. So, talking about where I've got a picture here that shows all of the.
Earl said he looked like a Disney villain. That's a good one right there, Earl. Yes, he does. Sort of like Scar or something.
Did I not upload it? Hold on.
Or whatever that guy's name is in Beauty and the Beast. Whatever his name is. He's
the Beast?
No, the guy that was trying to marry her. The big burly guy that was like the bad guy. The Beast was a good guy. The one that was after her.
Oh,
that wanted to marry her.
The bad guy.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name was, but the one the big musical song was all about. I can't remember.
Damn it!
No, from Beauty and the Beast.
No, that's not what I'm damning about.
Chaton or something like that.
Yeah.
Chaton. That wasn't his name. It was some kind of. We lost the good Mitch. Gaston. See, Al Trucker knows it. Gaston.
Yeah.
Gaston.
Yeah.
We must be a good
Mitch.
Mitch.
I had a list that had all the people that were that Kamala was looking at for vice president, but in more Kentucky, more closer to home for you and I anyway. Looks like Andy Bashir was on the short list to be vice president to Kamala Harris, or somebody that she was looking at to do it. Now, whether I think that she actually picks him, I don't think she will.
She said about 2 weeks, probably within 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I look forward to pick someone from one of these states where it's going to flip the vote.
Swing state, yeah. She won't. Yeah, she won't get Kentucky for that.
But we've got a video here of Andy Bashir talking about J.D. Vance. Go ahead and play that.
J.D. Vance is a phony. He's fake. I mean, he first says that Donald Trump is like Hitler, and now he's acting like he's Lincoln. I mean, the problem with J.D. Vance is he has no conviction, but I guess his running mate has 34.
Well, I'm glad you brought him up because he just responded to something you said today when you are calling him phony this morning. You said that he ain't Appalachia, as he talks about his roots and growing up in Ohio, but being raised in the summers by his grandmother in Kentucky. He said, nobody gave me the governorship and nobody gave me a job because of who my father was. I'm proud of that. Obviously a reference to your own father. What's your response to those comments from Senator Vance?
He ain't from here. He is not from Kentucky. Listen, this is a guy who would come maybe in the summers for some period of time, or to weddings or funerals. And then he claims to be from Eastern Kentucky, tries to write a book about it to profit off our people. And then he calls us lazy. And this makes me angry, but it especially makes me angry about our people in Eastern Kentucky. Listen, these are the hardworking coal miners that powered the Industrial Revolution, that helped build the strongest middle class the world has ever seen, helped us win 2 world wars, and he called them lazy, acting like he understands our culture.
And the best part about that's Joe's area, what he's talking about too over there. So he's referring to Joe's people. But and Andy's dad was our governor at one time too. That's why he made the comment about Andy's dad.
Yeah, right. The which is a weird thing to say, considering like half the people in Congress are there because, not because, but have family members or parents that served in Congress too. But
well, JD claims to be from Appalachia and is poor. His mom is a drug addict. And he says that addiction is not real, that you are responsible for your own addiction. He's very hard on that. But he went to Yale. He's not a poor kid. He's not
stupid educated kid.
Yeah, but he got to go to Yale. You don't get into Yale if you don't know somebody and you don't have,
Right. Well, but also for example, Mitch McConnell, the McConnell family goes back to the beginning of Kentucky. What's another one?
Mitch goes back to the beginning of Kentucky. Actually,
no doubt.
He probably was with, Sam Bowie and David Crockett did when they said he was a little toddler.
He's the one that fell on that raccoon that Daniel Boone made that hat out of. But there's all kinds of families like that in Kentucky. It's not really surprising. They were
up around Lexington.
Yeah. But JD Vance, that guy sucks. And he's about as boring to watch as anything. I thought some of my shows were slow and boring. That motherfucker is boring. And nobody likes him. The crowds just kind of sit there quiet the whole time, waiting on him to get done talking.
I don't think him and Trump are going to get along either. In fact, Trump already he actually did not poll well with even their own people, and so he's a bad choice. But they know Mark. They've already said racist stuff about his wife during the convention.
Yeah, they were shocked that they were even going to let her speak.
They attacked his wife, and then there was what was that girl's name? Rose, Amber Rose.
Yeah.
They attacked her. She's like a porn star or something, and she hears something, and they went off on her. Yeah, you can't outshine Trump.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't outshine anybody.
Yeah, I think that's why he chose him. I think he chose him because he's boring.
Well, he brought the Pence brought the religious right with him. Before that, they were not with
JD Vance.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why he picked him, but it was not. I don't know. I don't know that he had all that good. There wasn't really no good ones actually. I didn't think, but he surely could find somebody better than that. But he's like twice as extreme as Trump on abortion, and Trump is trying to back off of the abortion thing, because he knows it's a losing strategy. He don't care if we had 100 abortions every day, me, but he knows it's not a winning vote for his voting.
Yeah.
But he knows that that they're going to lose a lot of people when they get that extreme.
That's something else too. JD Vance called Trump Hitler before. I wonder if Trump actually secretly likes that.
You know he don't, but he likes making them come back and crawl to him.
He doesn't like being called it publicly. Just
no, he likes to make them crawl back to him after that.
Yeah.
But JD Vance said that women should stay in abusive relationships, and see they want to get rid of no fault divorce, and he actually made the comments about that. And then he said that getting it, if you were a victim of sexual assault, that you should not be able to get an abortion just because you were inconvenienced.
Yeah.
So some really gross takes. And he's on camera. You know what I mean? He's on, we've got him recorded. I mean, so we get to hear it anytime we want to and let other people hear it. And so.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
he looks,
I
makes
think
Trump
it's
moderate.
good. It's good to see Andy Bashir out there saying that he ain't from here, is what he said. he said we ain't claiming him. Ohio, you have to. He represents you. You guys have to claim him.
Right, but Andy he posed good with moderate Republicans. You know what I mean? Look how big he won our state. I mean, of course, Daniel Cameron was a monster, but he just beat him like a drum. It wasn't even close. It was just a thumping.
Yeah. Yeah. The JD Vance, I don't know. That was not who I expected Trump to pick, honestly. But Andy Bashir wasn't necessarily who I was expecting Kamala to even mention as a possible. I figured it would all be people from swing states because she's going to want to flip one of them states.
Well, I said that Trump might have had trouble getting somebody to agree. He might have been the first person he asked. But, lining up to be Trump's vice president is not exactly probably a job that everybody wants after the last
Ted Cruz.
After the plans that they had for the last one, you know what I mean? You got to sit and think about, they were gonna string Mike Pence up. I don't know if I want to do that job.
He had to get somebody younger that could run faster.
Yeah, yeah.
When shit goes bad and he blames it all on them.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to. I like him enough to go to the gallows for him.
Yeah.
Yes, Vance is gross. Yes, he is.
I almost look for him to drop JD Vance now that Kamala's running.
What, pick him up? Oh, and let me just say that Nikki Haley is such a. I thought maybe she would be the one that would have a little spine, but nope. She crawled back, and her pack though has thrown their support and their money behind Kamala.
Yeah.
And it's still called the For Nikki Haley Pack. And she sued and tried to make them change the name and everything, and they won't. So it's pretty funny.
Well, that's what happens whenever everybody finds out you're actually lying, like she didn't really care about any of those things, only when she thought she could be president. As soon as she gets beat, she runs back to kissing Trump's ass while he's sitting in the audience making fun of her, laughing at her for doing it.
Well, it looked so much. They knew it, and I felt it that they were going to win. You know what I mean? I know Biden should win, and I would vote for him if he was a head in a jar, but they weren't going to, and he was not going to win. And I guess if you've been somebody that spoke out against him, it's kind of, it might be concerning.
Yeah.
Especially with what they plan to do to the government anyway. You know what I mean? So, I can't believe that they didn't pick Kristi Noem because she shot her dog. Even Republicans like dogs. So that finished that off. They had a flooding up there the other day, and I watched the press conference she did, and That was all that was in the comments. Was like about shooting that dog. I mean, there was nothing in there that was nothing about it. I think it's real or.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's another dreadful one. They didn't even. She went from getting ready to be vice president to she wasn't even there, was she?
Yeah, she was at the convention. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she was there. I met her actually when I moved to South Dakota and I stayed in that town, Watertown. I stayed there the first couple of months I was there till I bought my house. That old woman that owned the cabin that I rented was friends with her.
Yeah.
And she came and I met her because that old woman actually sold Trump guns, like the special edition Trump guns. Yeah.
I don't know what those are, but again, not surprising that there's such a thing.
Well, they put out like they had like rifles and shotguns. They had shotguns that were like Trump edition. There was like so many. Every state got one, and then she would buy them from other states, like and get them. And she had like 2 or 3, but they sold out as soon as she could get them in.
Let me guess. They're orange and they only fire blanks.
No, they were 12 gauge. I think they were Remington or something. Would they be Remington? But 12 gauge. It was like the popular shotgun, But
they're Trump guns. Only if Remington's made in China.
No, these were real. No, they weren't AK-47s. They were shotguns. They were 12 gauge shotguns. They just had like Trump wrote on like the I don't know.
We have all kinds of novelty guns here, Mark.
Yeah.
We have lots of those. Novelty guns have been a thing for a long time.
We have a problem. We have no problems.
Nobody had a problem with America having all the guns until people like Trump started being president.
I'm not anti-gun anyway. I actually own guns too.
I'm not anti-gun.
But I'm definitely against the NRA.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I don't.
And AK-47, those not AK-47s, but those the AR-15s. Nobody needs one of them. I mean, I don't know why anybody needs one of them.
They were orange, overpriced, 2 inches long, and performed badly. Maya said. Yeah.
Well,
no, mass shootings were definitely a thing before Trump.
Nobody's been more disappointed by 2 inches than during that shooting except for Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
Been more disappointed over 2 inches. There you go.
The
Obama come to my door and took all my guns, Big Big Mama said.
Well, Obama didn't come get mine, but the government did.
I'd say Big Bad Mama didn't own any guns.
No. I used to own guns, but now they made a big point to talk about on TV how they made Trump turn in his guns, which he only turned in one of. But they made a big deal about that. How about the fact that he's a fucking convicted felon running for president? Why isn't that a problem? I can't work at fucking Burger King. This motherfucker can run for president.
and he can't own a gun, but he can have the nuclear codes.
Yeah. I should have been a rich convicted felon, huh?
I mean, you're not allowed to own a firearm, but you get the codes to the nuclear football.
Yeah.
Which they're Project 2025, they're getting ready to increase the amount of our stock of nuclear weapons anyway. They want to build up way more nuclear.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all we need is people who believe in the rapture with nuclear weapons.
Yeah, more crazy people with guns. That it seems like that hasn't worked out so great. Maybe maybe try to. You don't have to necessarily lessen the people with guns, just which people have guns.
China, Mark, that's Project 2025 is a very aggressive plan against China, which China will see as very threatening too. They will, I mean, and I don't really blame them. I mean, the language in it is just very aggressive. Did you see BB's talk to Congress today?
No, I didn't. I missed that doing all the.
Kamala Harris did not go. She refused to attend, and of course, Bernie Sanders didn't attend, and Schumer would not shake his hand. But anyway, he got up there, and there was a bunch of protests while it was going on. They burnt a statue of Netanyahu and burnt a bunch of American flags, and they took down American flags from the flagpoles and put up Palestine flags and burnt American flags, and which that doesn't. I don't think that is very good for us as far as the election. I mean, the right's going to.
It's not really what you want to see happening.
I mean, it wasn't actually, you know, Netanyahu claims that there are Iranian plants that are there doing it. And that's what he said. And, you know, I mean, so it's not really the left. And the left was, other than just, Kamala refused to show up, but she is going to have a private meeting with him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she has to. If she's going to be president, she has to let him know kind of what, you know what I mean? I hope she says, I hope you get your shit done here pretty quick because you're getting ready to be fucking on your own, buddy. But I think Congress was pretty supportive of him, actually.
Well, I think they're still trying to be supportive of him, hoping that he's not going to do the next thing that they said that was too much for him to do. And I don't think he's listening to them. I don't think anything they say has any bearing on what he does, honestly. But
no,
he's, you know, but also I don't agree with giving him weapons to kill innocent people either. So, you know.
Well, he has no plan. But what he is like I've told my daughter, he knows that as soon as this is over with, that he's getting ready to be removed too. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've done heard. I mean that they're the only reason why they have not changed him out is because of this is going on, and they don't want to change leadership during this. And so he's out when this is over with. So he's delaying that, holding that off as long as he can. And then the UN or whatever has filed like crimes against him, right? Like war crimes or something like.
Yeah.
And so he may have to face stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, I don't like, I mean, way back whenever all this, you know, first started, when they were attacked and all this, like, they had a response to it or whatever. But I mean, it's became clear that he just indiscriminately bombs wherever. And,
yeah, because they never tell us about him killing any Hamas people. It's always like, well, Israel bombed a school today, or Israel bombed, you know, a church today, or a homeless shelter, or you know what I mean, or a humanitarian bus.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know they've killed a lot of them, and in fact they got like the leader not a couple of weeks ago, they got like one of the major guys, one of the high ranking officials.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a thing of there's either like no war or you're indiscriminately bombing, you know, civilians. There is an in between those two. And I don't know why, again, you know, it not surprising, the extreme positions on it, but it just doesn't seem like it makes much sense really to think it has to be one way or the other.
And this helps us with the young votes again. I asked my daughter, because she stays on TikTok a lot.
Yeah.
And she's anti-Biden, and so she wouldn't even vote in the primary because of Biden. And I asked her, I said, so what is the word on TikTok with the young voters? And she said that, people were kind of playing it by ear on how Kamala was going to be but she said she thought it would play pretty good if Kamala did not attend that speech today. So,
oh yeah,
because we need those Gen Z voters back. We need them because male and female Gen Zs, support, reproductive freedom and stuff. And so, I mean, we need them. We need those votes.
Yeah, I can think of better reasons not to be there, but okay.
No, but I'm just saying though. I mean, I can think of better reasons too, but I'm just saying that. I mean, it was like we were just giving them away.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's one of the shitty things about politics is that rather than it being important, what is actually true, it's important what people think is actually true, which for a significant amount of this country is a bunch of crazy whatever. But so I guess it kind of plays into that. But I don't know. That's what else do we got to talk about with what's going on? Anything else recent? I think that's about it.
Let's see, where is it? I have this too.
Oh yeah, you had something else you wanted to show.
Yeah, and then I have something else too. That's not yet. Oh, that's that. That's the that's that ad. That's not the one. Here's this right here. This was Tim Burchett, who is a representative from Tennessee. He's just a great guy. Oh, I did it wrong. Hold on.
Stop sharing the one tab first.
Okay.
Now go back and do it all over again.
Wait a minute. Now, are you seeing that?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. See, I have to work all this.
Yeah, you'll have to screen share again from StreamYard.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Let's see.
All right.
I hire a black female for vice president, and that you just skipped over. What about white females? What about any other group? It just
really.
You take mediocrity, and that's what they have right now as a vice president. 100%. She was a DEI hire. Her record is abysmal at best.
First, it's the.
So hold on. He said they skipped right over having a white female for president. Since when was that the order of operations here? Like who said that was anything, that there was some order that it had to be?
Okay, woman has
I can't believe that guy said that on TV. That's awful.
He's from Tennessee. This is the people that have had the Nazis marching through the, one of their largest city for, 3 weeks in a row. She was, she's got several degrees, but she was the attorney general for the state of California, which is like a big state, a major state.
She served as vice president for 4 years.
She was, and then she was a senator in the U.S. Senate, which is he's a representative in the House of Representatives. Mm-hmm. So, she already had trumped him with the Senate. Okay. And then she's been vice president. To say what he did. And that's why even Kevin McCarthy came out today and said, this is stupid of them to do this. So actually the Republican leaders in Congress, Johnson and them, came to him and said, whoa. stop this racist and sexist attacks. This is not going to help us. Of course, Trump is stopping him will be a different story, but they were told not to make these comments anymore.
Yeah, I imagine so. Like, just blatantly racist shit. Just,
I mean, when you have done, like, let's see, what's his name? Oh, the one from Alabama down there, the one that was the football coach. I mean, that's his record. I was a football coach before I got here. You know what I mean? He has no kind of record in politics or legal things or anything. And look, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I mean, you got all these people, and Trump. What was his record? Let's see, he had bankrupted a couple of casinos. He had probably sexually assaulted at least like 25 women that we know of. He inherited billions of dollars from his dad and, swindled most of it away. And he's on Epstein's list. So, yeah, that's your record.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. And also, like,
Tuberville, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't know why he thought that was okay to think or say, or why he would think that's a good thing to go and say. I mean, I guess look who he's talking to. I mean, I don't know, but
I wish somebody just asked him what DEI stood for. I bet you he doesn't know. I mean, I almost guarantee he does not know what those three letters mean. I mean, he knows what the ideal of it sort of is, but not really. But does he actually know what each letter stands for? I bet he doesn't.
Well, hopefully, more people in Congress speak up about the fact that he's just a racist asshole, and we don't need to listen to crap like that.
Of course, he's in the House of Representatives, and two of the Democratic representatives have filed censure against him, which means that he wouldn't be allowed to talk in any committee on the floor anymore. You know what I mean? He would be like, because they censored the Muslim lady.
Oh yeah,
back I remember, and so they filed to censure him. I don't know if they'll get it. It'd be hard to pass because since it's
Ilhan Omar,
because they're in charge of the House. So but they've like their impeachment. They want to start impeachment things. I mean, they have done nothing. They have passed not one piece of legislation that would help anybody, even their own people. And they have had gas stove hearings. They've had dishwasher hearings. They've had alien hearings. And the alien hearings actually were pretty good, I thought, except for that one quack. But they've had like 3 or 4. I mean, they've had all this oversight of the FBI and all this stuff. They've done nothing. And they spent all that time going after Biden to impeach him. And now they're going to spend the rest of the time trying to impeach Kamala.
Yeah.
I do have another clip that I don't have pulled up that is really
they already filed impeachment papers against Kamala.
No, they're going to, but I do have another clip that's really funny if you want to watch it because it's Kentucky. It does involve Kentucky.
Yeah,
I'll have to pull it up. I'll have to pull it up, but it is.
Yeah, find it and we'll play it.
It's one of our guys.
Yeah.
One of our best.
And I said earlier anyway that these people aren't serious, but it's maybe that's the problem is they do such crazy stuff and people say, oh well, they're not serious, and then they do more crazy stuff and it's like, oh well, they wouldn't do that, and they just continue to show everybody that they will until people start taking them at their word, I guess.
All right, I got to find my way back here.
Yeah.
I got to stop sharing that one. Where is that at?
You already stopped sharing whatever was up here before.
Oh, I did? Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know where.
Well, you do have to find the StreamYard tab, though.
Did I not?
No, you got to find the StreamYard tab in order
Yeah,
to share
I'm
it.
good. I'm trying.
There he is.
But when it happens in the belly of the beast on Fox News, the propaganda outlet, the propaganda disseminator that oftentimes.
Let me see if I can get to it. How far? Oh, here it is.
Asking, it's a banger.
I'll just say, well, I think Chairman Comer did a magnificent job exonerating Joe Biden of all the fraudulent charges that were raised against him in this Congress. And of course, there was no high crime, no misdemeanor. And Joe Biden is a passionate public servant filled with integrity.
Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying what he's selling on that.
America's buying it. The reservoir of love for Joe Biden is deep and really bottomless in America.
You do disagree on a lot of things, as we can point out.
Nobody.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I mean, did you see? Didn't you just love his face when I mean, Comer was like, you know what I mean, when Raskin started saying it, Raskin even got tickled. That's what was funny, and then Comer was like, "Oh God, I can't believe I let him talk."
Yeah.
He hates Jamie Raskin and Moskowitz. He has to because Moskowitz, he called him a Smurf. He says he hops around all the time. He's one of our proud boys too. Yeah, Kentucky, Comer. Yeah. We've got Mitch and Paul and Comer and I can't even think of what the guy's name that is he's useless too.
Yeah, there's several representatives, or more than a couple anyway from Kentucky. I don't want to say several because other places have more, but
Andy's our trophy.
He's
He's all we got. He's our only hope. Our great only hope.
Andy's done all right though. He's been okay. He's not.
I like him.
He's not. He's no Mitch McConnell, but.
No, I mean he's good. He's, he vetoed all the anti-trans bills. He vetoed all the, all the school choice. I mean, he's vetoed everything that he should have vetoed. Of course, they went over him, but he made them do it.
Yeah.
But he shut down during COVID. They threw a fit, but he shut down churches, and they claim he sent state troopers to the churches to arrest people having church, which he didn't. But
yeah. Well, I guess this next week though there'll probably be a lot going on where Kamala's just getting out there and doing some campaigning and gets to take a few shots at Trump, and we'll see how this is going to go. Hopefully they stick with their unity they went for the RNC.
We are in Kentucky, Occult Examiner. You're in Tennessee. We're both in Kentucky. I'm in a different part of Kentucky. He's over in Eastern Kentucky, and I'm in South Central Kentucky. I actually emailed the Tennessee, what's his name? The Tennessee Holler.
Yeah.
To see if he would come on the show. I haven't heard nothing back from him. And Aaron said Sheldon Whitehouse. I don't want to lose Sheldon out of the Senate. He's in charge of too many important committees over there. He's on the Judicial Committee and the he's too important on that. He's just too much over there. For president, maybe, but I wouldn't want him for vice president because he's just too valuable in the Senate.
Yeah. All right. Well,
can I do my election fraud thing?
Yeah. Do whatever you want to do. That's. I want you to do whatever you can do. or whatever
Okay.
it is you're wanting to do.
A friend of mine on Facebook the other day, but she is a poll worker, and she's not exactly somebody that I thought was, radical. I mean, I've known her all my life. There's 2 or 3 of them up there that worked, and I knew that every one of them were Trump fans. But my whole town votes in one area, so we don't have any. We're all in one spot. Anyway, she put something on Facebook last night, which I plan to attend. I took a screenshot of it, and it's this right here. It is this guy. His name is Frank. Let's see, where's that? Dr. Douglas Frank. Okay. And he is, he claims that he's election fraud, that he has figured out how the Democrats stole the election. And so he's going to put on a speech here in my hometown about that. And now this is his website right here, Truth and Liberty Coalition. Okay. We see a church engaged in public square. Okay. I don't understand how they're still allowed to be a 501c3. I thought they had to stay out. But anyway, these people, they actually follow the 7
mountains.
Yes, right here. Tune in every day to hear from influential Christian leaders in the 7 mountains of culture. Anyway, so there's that. This is, of course, I looked him up, and like he's okay. These 4 are all giving these speeches about this. One of them is Michael Lindell, the Pillow Man.
Yay!
And yes, and see, Dr. Frank is a former math and science teacher, probably something like Hovind. No, connected with Lindell and Lindell and became a regular on the election integrity circuit in March of 2021. So this is anyway. He's going to be in my hometown. He's going to be giving this speech. Of course, he's been refuted. There are several websites that give out this, and this sheet right here goes into how his thing fails, and you can do it by county. In 42 states, they've done it by county, and went over and showed specifically how his algorithmic thing fails. He claims that they stole it through algorithms. Can y'all see them?
No, you didn't show.
Oh, I forgot to share it. I swear I'm so stupid. Oh my goodness! Why didn't you tell me that? It ought to just do this. Okay, let's see. Here it is, right here. Okay, this is his website right here. And
Truth and Liberty Coalition.
7 mountains of culture, yeah. And anyway, this is his website. It's called Truth and Liberty Coalition, and he gives let's see, shows. I don't know. I didn't but it's got anyway. They're going to be coming, but they've got, look here, voting tools, and then pastor's toolkit, prayer guides, biblical worldview. Let's look at that and see what that is. I bet that's weird. Okay. Oh, God. Satan works to steal, kill, and destroy. But when you have a biblical worldview, you'll see him as he really is, defeated, and experience the abundant life of Jesus. Yes. He's defeated, but he's managed to take over our elections, I guess. But he won't.
Watch out for Satan, everybody.
Yeah, it's just, it's, oh my God, what is wrong with these people? Yeah. Anyway, there's also like a thing about, it's Dr. Frank and election integrity. You can look more up about him, but he's been debunked by several different places and
reality.
So, but I'm going to attend that. And I'm actually going to try. I have a friend that has a GoPro, and then I'm going to look into. I'm going to try to figure out a way to stream it live while I'm there, so we can watch it.
Yeah.
And I would really like to get Mark Reed was one of the people I was going to send this message to later on. Like Mark Reed and maybe Grayson or somebody, some people who are good at math and science stuff, and maybe you, and see if y'all could figure out kind of, because I don't really understand what they're saying, how he's doing it, how he's showing it. But they actually debunked it on that one.
Robin, that's not fair now. I've got my shoes off. I can count as high as we need to count on here.
But I mean, I don't understand.
All the math
I don't understand the process of it. But I want to be able to stand up and say something to him during the thing. You know what I mean? I want to call him out in the middle in his thing. Not in the middle of it, but I'm going to wait till it gets done. But I want to do it right there in front of my townspeople because, I mean, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? And I wanted to say something so bad on her post, but I don't want to give it away. And so I want to show up and be able to stream this. And I want somebody to be able to say, this is what you need to ask him. And I want to be able to bust his balls right there in front of everybody.
Well, I imagine you can find him giving this speech other places, right?
I don't know, live. I mean, he's going to be, I don't know.
No, not live. I'm saying you can go watch his class, whatever it is he's going to say. I'm sure he said it to everybody.
Well, I mean, there's actually a site that debunks him, but I don't understand. I don't understand.
Just so that you know his points. I mean, you have to be able to recognize the points in order to refute them. You understand what I mean?
It's got something to do though with like algorithms of the numbers or something. And I really am not grasping that. You know what I mean? That process is what it. You know what I mean? It's
yeah. Well, that's what he's depending on. That's what it's about actually.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Because what he's talking about algorithms in that sense is programming. He's talking about the programs that run on these machines, is what he's saying. And
I don't know how to describe it, but it's on. It's called. Let me see if I can show it. And y'all can see me. Any of y'all can look it up if you want to. Let's see.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is Election Insights, and this is the name of the thing, and this is where they learn how we explain why Frank's claims of voter fraud they fail under basic logic, empirical analysis, and statistical scrutiny. And then you can do and it tells right here like all the way that it claims it fails, and then you can actually go by county, and they show exactly the way it fails. It's statistical analyzation or something like that. Is what he tries. And
he says that he alleges that American elections are subject to manipulation.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to say happened, is that it was manipulated. And
it says errors in logic and data analysis and then misrepresent historical election patterns.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's but I want, I looked over it a little bit, but it was like I really couldn't follow along with it. I didn't, but I would love to be able to be recording it, or not recording, but streaming it, like a little bit camera. I don't know if a GoPro does that, but I'm going to try to find something. Maybe I won't get caught with it, and I want to go in there and be able to stream it live.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit, they probably tell your ass to leave as soon as you say, I got a question.
Well, I mean, they surely have a Q&A at the end of it, though. You know what I mean? They surely have a Q&A. And so, yeah, well, surely they do. And, you know what I mean? And, of course, the girls that are going to go, they know that I'm not a Republican. But it doesn't, it says everybody's welcome, and I'm not going to go in there, toting
I'm not trying to convince you to not go. I think you should go.
I've actually got a couple of friends that are probably going to attend with me too. A couple of Democrat friends, and one of them is a really prominent lady in the town. So if she goes in there with they definitely, but they won't do nothing as long as I'm calm. I'm not going to give it away until I get ready to ask his question.
Can they stay calm when you ask questions, though, is the problem.
Well, if they want some of it, they can try. They can come on. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be talking to them anyway.
Well,
but
you stream it, Robin, and we'll all be rooting for you.
If they beat me up, I'll get them all fired from election office anyway.
You don't have to worry about that. Just tell them you brought Satan with you. They'll leave you alone. Take some of your witchcraft stuff with you.
I mean, just what gets me is these people are working our voting office. You know what I mean? These are our poll workers, and they are so nuts that they think that this election guy is.
I'll give you $100 if you take your witchcraft stuff with you and tell them you're putting a curse on all of them.
Oh, no. I'm going to go in there and just listen to his stuff. But I want somebody that can really debunk him. You know what I mean? That can tell me what to do to say to embarrass the shit out of him there.
I'm just messing with you, Robin. I'm just playing with you.
And then I'm going to call him out. You know, but I wanted to last night. I wanted to say this guy is a con. But, you know, then it would have blowed it for me going to the presentation.
Well, even so, go set through. I mean, even if you go set through the presentation, record it. Well, you're wanting to say something. Well, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of things he says that you're going to know is bullshit. Just because you're going to say, "Oh, wait a minute, how did he get to that conclusion?" Because that's what's going to happen if nothing else happens. You're going to say, "Now, wait a minute, he just said he got there how?" And you're going to say, "That's bullshit. You didn't explain nothing. You just tried to confuse everybody."
Yeah, Mark, that's it right there. It's Dr. Frank. It's all it says on the thing is Dr. Frank, and a court examiner. Yes, I would love to come on your show.
Yeah. There you go.
I work every other day, so
I'm interested. I'm interested to see what that guy says, though. Either way, because I think I hate that he's going around, charging people in some cases, and saying that stuff either way. Like, I hate that he's going around lying to people, but I'm still interested to hear what kind of crazy shit he makes up for how he comes to that conclusion.
Well, I mean, it's on that website. It tells exactly what he does. If you go to it later on, you might understand it way better than I did, because I don't understand that kind of.
Yeah.
But
I have an idea. I know what it is.
What gets me is the reason why people attacked our Capitol on January 6th was because they thought the election was stolen.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the main reason. I mean, some of them, they probably had the plans to do it anyway, but that's what gave them the nerve.
And like 30% of them still do.
To do this. Okay. Because they believe this, and he's already said, if I don't win, there's going to be a bloodbath. And there are already memes on Facebook saying the Democrats have got to change all the ballots that they done stuff because they've changed the name on the candidate and all this stuff and everything. And I chewed out one of my friends for posting this meme. I said, people lost their life on January 6, 2021 because of this lie. And you're recruiting it again. I mean, they're already preparing, and especially since Kamala, there's a good chance he is going to not win this time.
Man, I hope the first time he starts with some bullshit on stage, Kamala tells him shut the hell up.
But it ain't going to make a difference to these people.
I still hope she does.
I mean, if he says the election's stolen, they're going to believe it, and it's going to be another. I already think there's going to be violence on the day that we do this. I already think there'll be violence. If she wins, I already think there'll be violence. I do, because I don't think the Heritage Foundation and all those people are going to give up all these plans just like, oh, well, sorry, we don't get to do that now.
Well, I mean, it won't be a matter of giving up the plans, because their plans will never be selected to be carried out.
But they have like 20% of the U.S. military is radicalized to white supremacy.
Trump will start raising hell the second he starts losing the race. That's the same thing he did last time. Is as soon as he started losing, he got on TV and was like, "Well, we're going to say that's it because we need him to stop counting votes now that we're
stop
ahead."
counting votes. But actually, months before the election, they're recorded.
Yeah,
on
they
that
said
plane.
they were going to. They said all along they were going to do it. Bill Maher told people from the time he was elected he's not going to leave whenever he's not elected. I'd been saying that since even before Bill Maher said it. I said Trump is not someone who will ever admit that he lost anything.
Well, because look, the Apprentice was up for an Emmy.
Yeah.
Okay, and it didn't win, and he said that the Emmys were rigged.
Yeah. He's done this his whole life.
You know what I mean?
Anytime something didn't go his way, it was because it was fixed against him. Because that's the only way that someone like him couldn't win at everything they do is if it's fixed against them.
That's
and
these people believe it, and there's no evidence, and they still believe it. You mean?
And because they believe what he says. They believe he's all the things that he says he is. So they don't. But you have. In combination with religion and our education system, you have this huge number of Americans that, they don't care about what the facts are. It's easier to believe what they're told rather than form an argument or try and source a fact. And then combine that with, the whole Dunning-Kruger thing. They're not real smart, so they like to be right. They're so confident that they're right to the point that they're going to argue if you say they're wrong. No, because they can't handle that they were wrong about something. For the people on the right to admit that Trump did the things he did would be for them to admit that they put a racist, a racist, power-hungry piece of shit in office and then supported him through his lies.
Well, they don't care about his racism.
Those, just the same as when we deal with apologists and stuff, they'll never admit that they said anything that's wrong. Not the majority of them. There are honest apologists out there, though, and there are honest politicians out there as well. Just that's not the norm.
Party.
Yeah,
not in DC anyway.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean,
not at state level either, actually. And then there's a lot of local levels. I mean, there's a lot of county sheriffs that are in that sheriff's coalition or whatever. To where that they think that, there's like a big bunch of red state sheriffs that have joined this coalition that are that think that they don't answer to any federal government.
Yeah. As far as Trump's whole "I'm going to be a dictator on day one" thing, just tell me anytime anyone in our federal government has been given power and they willingly gave up that power. I'll wait. George Washington.
Trump does it like as far as the plans though they've got. I don't fear Trump is bad. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Trump gives a shit about any of that. I think if he could get in office and not have to owe them people anything, he wouldn't try to do any of that stuff anyway. But he still wants to profit off of the office and everything. And he wants the power. And he wants to pardon himself. But these people have some serious plans for this country. They have thought this 900-page deal out very well. I mean, they are planning every little part of our lives. And it'd be hard. If they get to do that, I don't know how we'll ever get it back without a war. Yeah, Mark, he did step out of the race, but he probably wasn't going to win, so he wasn't really releasing power. I mean,
yeah, he stepped out of the race because he wasn't going to win.
But I think he planned it. I swear, I'm going to give him credit for it. He planned it. He played it that way. He always is a strategist. He always has a plan, and I think that I think after the debate that he started realizing.
And the reason he wasn't going to win is him in the condition he's in, I think.
Yeah, but, well, he would.
Even though, it's not.
I mean,
again, it's not about what's like. it's not about whether President Biden would have been a great president again and all that. It has nothing to do with any of that, because it's not him anyway, and it's not necessarily, you know, his actions as much as the people that he puts in positions to run the government, you know.
There's double haters. There's a lot of double haters. There's a lot of people who hate.
I mean,
there is.
What, more importantly, though, is whether the American people think he's capable of doing that, and whether he actually can or not isn't even really the question. It's whether, you know, he can get elected and win so that he can do those things. And
but the double haters
it just was seeming more and more likely that he wasn't able to.
I mean, we're just so sick of this. Or so, I mean, I don't mean that I'm sick of Biden, but I don't want that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No. And he in
a bad position to be in.
And he actually ran as a one-term president. That's what his plan. I mean, that's what when he ran during his. You know, I mean, that was his thing. I'm going to save us from Trump, and then I'm going to step down and hand it off to somebody else.
Yeah.
And so there were a lot of people that were pissed off that he did not keep his word on that. There was a lot of people like, I didn't sign up for this. When I voted for Biden, I was voting for him to get Trump out of office, not to elect him until he was 90 years old.
Yeah. I do have to say, though, the months and months of pretending, oh, we've talked to him behind closed doors and he's just ready to go and solve problems and doesn't have a single problem at all. And everybody who's been saying that clearly wasn't true, and they need to stop.
Well, I mean,
they
I
need
don't
to
think
just admit that maybe they were wrong.
I don't think he's as bad as what everybody acts like he is. I think that he had bad debate stuff, but I don't think that in 4 years that he would have still been in good shape.
I mean, if we're taking an even look at both things, him and Trump on stage, Trump said way more crazy stuff on stage than Biden has ever done. I mean, Trump has went up there and just made up crazy conspiracies and everything on stage.
But Biden gave a speech after that. That was
yeah,
fine.
And I mean, yeah, Biden. It's just the time where he needed to look good, he didn't.
Yeah, I agree with Earl. I mean, that's what I felt like. It wasn't that. His speech, he was not in bad a shape as he looked on that debate.
And plus, nobody really thought about this whole dynamic that it was going to make. Whenever Kamala started to run, Joe was no longer going to be the old guy. Trump is. Trump is now the old guy that everybody's looking at and saying maybe he's too old and he's saying crazy stuff and all that. And
I think Biden thought about it.
There's nothing, you know, the only thing they have to compare him to now is Kamala, which, you know, doesn't, you know, that argument's not going to work. So now all that stuff is going to come back on Trump, at least from the people who can think more than half a step ahead, which, you know, granted isn't many, but.
Well, before we came on, she was already 4 points ahead of him in the polls and has been in the race 2 days, which you know, our polls are shitty because, like I agree. Yesterday I watched a show about that, and what I'd always thought they do a lot of landline polling. And so who in the hell answers landlines except boomers? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
That's true. But also, like, Biden was leading him in the polls, but he wasn't leading him in any of the states he needed to.
Well, I know. I don't think he was leading him in any of them, was he?
Yeah. He was leading him overall in the general election. He was leading, but he in the states that he needs to win in order to win the Electoral College, he wasn't ahead in all of those.
Well, Trump is still ahead in those two, but like today was yesterday's speech for Kamala was in Milwaukee, and so, you know, that's Wisconsin. She's hit Wisconsin, and then she did a speech at a. I didn't think he was leading in the polls.
Biden was leading in the polls by
Are you
3
sure?
points at one time, yeah.
And then expect intellectual consistency. No, Ember, I don't expect anything intellectual at all from the people.
Biden was leading by as much as 6 points at one time. After the even after the debate, he picked up points and was leading, but that went down over time as he's got on TV and talked more and more.
Well, I mean, I think Wisconsin. I think there's a lot of double haters in Wisconsin. I mean, Wisconsin went very blue on the Supreme Court special election, and they got their gerrymandering situation lined out. All that their maps got redrawn, and they overwhelmingly elected that Supreme Court justice, that woman, to protect the reproductive freedom. So I think Biden. I think Kamala should be able to get. I think there's just a lot of double haters up there in Wisconsin that did not want. There's just so many people that we just didn't want either one of them. I mean, even there was a lot of Republicans that did not want Trump either. But that they were not going to step out of voting for the Republican Party to vote for a man as old as Biden. They couldn't do it. And I've seen that where it said on there that that she was actually pulling some of Trump's people, Trump's voters. The Bulwark does focus groups, like she does. Sarah Longwell, she does focus groups on voters, and so I'll wait till like next week. She should have her focus group out, and she'll have on there how she's doing with different groups of people.
Yeah. For me, Biden was a bust when his team said that he.
But it is true. I mean, when you get that old, when you get that old, you've been up. He gets up like Trump used to sleep till noon and then go play golf. Okay, Biden gets up early. He gets up at like 6 o'clock and is at his security meetings that Trump never attended, like his, or his cabinet meetings or whatever in the mornings.
But again, that's not
attends those early in the morning, and
it was just the wrong thing to say.
I know, but I mean, all of the same people that were making fun of it though are ready to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. I promise you. They all got their ass in bed too with their 9 hours of sleep or 8 hours of sleep. And they're sitting there making fun of the president for that, and he's 80-some years old. It's just like don't make no sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. It's again, it's not about what's actually true, even whenever it comes to him running. It's about if people will vote for him, and
that's right.
And they didn't, they weren't. So that's a good enough reason there to change.
We're energized now, though.
People are so pissed, which I think is funny.
We are energized now. I mean, it is like
Kamala's raised a ton of money.
I mean, the whole party is just like this breath of fresh air. If we feel like that we dropped the weight off of our tip.
I've seen this post on Twitter earlier. They were bitching, saying that Kamala got all this money from Joe Biden, so they should charge her with money laundering or some shit because she wants to use this money that was raised in Joe Biden's name. And it's like, she was on that ticket too, buddy. Like,
yeah, she was on that ticket too. Yeah. All he's got to do is sign it over, don't he? Like he has to sign it over, I think, or something. But then she raised over $100 million in 36 hours.
Well, he was the presumptive nominee until he dropped out and she took over. And now she's, clinched that already with just the votes that have been promised to her. So I think it probably goes to whoever the nominee for the Democratic Party is. It's not based on the person. It's based on the office. Whoever's going to be that nominee gets that money. Is the way I understood it. But,
she's raised over $100 million on her own.
That's what I was going to say. She's raised so much money, she didn't need his damn money.
And
she's
got all the celebrities. She's got Beyonce and what's her name? The other girl they hate so bad.
Beyonce and that other girl that does it.
Oh, what the country singer? I can't think of her name for nothing now. The country singer. They all disliked, because she was dating that football player. And
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift and George, he's supporting her. Bruce Springsteen. There's a lot of celebrities that have come out for that, and Clooney is like one of the major donors to the Democratic Party. He's like a huge Democrat, and the Disney woman, I think, is going to support her too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Kid Rock, the My Pillow's guy, and Ted Nugent. Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they get out there and do some campaigning this week and give us some stuff to look at next week where she's doing good and I hope she takes a couple shots at Trump because well, they won't be shots at that point. They'll be responses to shots Trump took at her, I imagine. But
she's already hit him a couple of times.
Yeah.
She been after him.
Hopefully she don't put up with his shit and because that's what they need. But that's all I got for tonight. Is that all you got for tonight?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So this is the end of the show. We will do another one like it next week, only talking about next week's news. It was a lot of fun doing the news thing. Maybe we'll start with the actual news intro next week. I kind of held off on that because I wanted people to see it. So I wanted to wait until people got here so they could see it because it was so cool. But we'll start with that next week. And we'll
Mark, did you see the news intro?
I'm gonna play it again.
We'll be on Thursday though, next week. We'll be on Thursday.
Somebody didn't see it. I'm playing it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, play it.
All right. That thing's cool.
JS is a genius.
Yeah. just makes all kinds of cool stuff for these shows. But yeah, we'll be back next week with this. But before we get to that, I'll probably do a member stream in the next couple days. Probably Friday. I'll do Friday. I'll do a member stream. Sunday, I've got the regular Sunday show. Sunday night, though, I'll be over at Skeptic Haven, taking calls with Stephanie over there. So that's gonna be cool.
Yes.
And everybody always wants Kentucky Fried everything, Mark, and I just don't like the Kentucky Fried everything.
Like Gangster Ghost always says, "Do you eat fried chicken?" He asks me that every time. I'm like,
yeah. But I'll keep it in mind, Mark, because I'm not sure what we're going to do with this space. Me and Robin for now are going to switch back and forth on Wednesdays and Thursdays talking about political news and stuff. So the Kentucky Fried News would be good for the comedy show thing that I wanted to do. But I think what I've discovered there is people don't like to do comedy in front of their peers.
Right now, the Republican Party is all the comedy we actually need.
Yeah.
We don't even have to work on comedy. We got the GOP.
But we've got that show Sunday. Then what was it? Skeptic Haven Sunday night, and then Monday I'll be here with, I think it's Blaster Master, isn't it? I believe that's who I got. I've got him and Stephanie the next 2 weeks. It's Blaster Master and then Stephanie the next week back here on this.
I've been trying to recruit you some callers.
Yeah.
I went on Pangburn. You know Pangburn?
Yeah.
Those guys. I actually sent them an email too. I asked them on stream if they would come on, and they said to email them for any kind of invitations for. So I asked them to come on here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, because
they're
really good. But there was like a theist in the chat last night because they were doing a live thing, call in too, and
I've got
kept trying to get him. I told him to call in to this show Monday.
Yeah, I think I've got 2 more Sundays I need to fill in, and 1 more Monday I need to fill in with for guests to finish off next month, and then I can start working on September. But we've got a lot of people coming up though, a lot of good shows too. But
he said they were going to get ready to have some more debates because we were talking about the
Michael Beverly will be here next Sunday. That's who will be here.
Oh, I love Michael.
Yeah. Michael Beverly will be here Sunday day. Then I'll be on the other show Sunday night. And then Monday will be Blaster Master.
If you have not seen the debate between Michael Behe and Jay Bundy on Michael Beverly's channel, please go watch it. Jay Bundy does not play well with Nazis.
Wasn't much of a debate there. Ass whooping Behe took is what it was. That was funny.
I'll give you a hint. Behe rage quits.
Yeah.
I didn't even get my super chat question asked. I had answered.
Yeah.
I see it, Jay. I see the super chat said, "Thanks, Jay. You run off our our guest."
Every time he said, "But I wrote a book," Jay was like, "Fuck your book. I don't care."
I'm a busy man. That's what I told Jay. I was going to start telling everybody from now on. I was going to say, "I'm a busy man. I ain't got time to read your fucking book."
Yeah. Have you read my book? He said. Who gives a fuck what your book said? You're still wrong. Whether you wrote it in a book or on the bathroom wall, it was wrong in both places, dipshit.
The Penguin said that they had some Matt Dillahunty debates coming up. They were going to have so he's going to still debate on that channel. I can't remember who the guy was that he was going to be debating though. And they actually said, I asked them about Alex. Of course, they said Alex was real nice, but just when they said the other, I can't even think of nobody's name right now. What was his name? That Alex debated. Anyway, they said he was really nice. No, it's that goofy guy that tried to do did the 2000 Mules movie.
Dinesh
D'Souza.
Oh, is that who it is? Yeah.
Yeah, he debated Alex O'Connor, and Mark and him did a review of it. Mark and Ember did, but
I see.
But it was they said Dinesh was really nice though. They said actually that he was in person. He's a very nice person.
Dinesh isn't. I mean, he
was horrible in that debate. I mean,
he was always cool. Like whenever him and Hitch did debates, Hitch loved him. Hitch loved.
He could beat him like a drum.
Yeah, that's true.
But he was horrible in that debate with Alex. He was rude. He was he
sucks at debates. I think
he was terrible. He don't even know the Bible. I mean, Alex knows the Bible, and Dinesh D'Souza does not know the Bible.
Yeah.
But Mark and Ember do a great debate review on that too. I mean, they did. It was awesome.
Yeah, they do. I like a lot of the debate reviews they do. I don't get to watch as many of them as I'd like, but
it's probably one of my favorite YouTube things right there.
Me and Mark keep such vastly different hours that it's hard for me to catch Mark sometimes. Because about the time I lay down with my kid to get him to roll it back for the night and chill the hell out is usually about the time they're going on, and I'm like, I end up missing a bunch of it, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to watch it now. I'll watch it later, and then I forget, and I don't ever get around to doing it. But Ember and Mark do great debate reviews. I love watching them.
They've done like 3 or 4 of them that I requested.
And both of them have been here numerous times now, and are great friends to the channel. So I really appreciate that. If you like things here, you definitely like things there. They do a great job. They do a far better job than I do on talking about these things, but different stuff, different folks talk about different stuff.
Oh yeah, you're great too. And
well, I don't do debate reviews, so to speak, though, is what I mean. Like, if I was to do a debate review, it would probably be really bad because I don't generally do that kind of thing. I like talking with having individuals come in and having conversations. Like Mark has been one of the best interviewees on the channel. He comes on, and the previous co-host did just fine interviewing him, had a good show, and I did one with Mark, and it was a really great show. We had fun, except for the 5 minutes where I started and wasn't recording yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was like, "Where are y'all at? Why are y'all?" I said, "What, did Joe late?" Mark said, "Why?" Because you're meaning in the chat because there was nothing on.
Yeah.
What about, we need to have PC on one day too.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would love to have PC come on. I think the first time Mark came, yeah, my electric was out, so I didn't get to talk to him that much. And what's his name did it. But
Yeah.
we the second time was a lot of fun though for me personally, you know. PC has amazing river videos. Yeah. PC cusses too much. Hey, this is the place where that's okay. I don't care if you cuss here. They
Like
demonetize half my videos anyway.
Like
I'm
Stephanie told
clearly
me.
losing light here is what's going on behind
What
me.
is it? Oh, Stephanie
My-
told me in Gather one night that what she loved about me the most is that I had nice, clean language.
Shit.
What I like about you best is that you have nice, clean language like me. I said, because like a sailor or a trucker, I guess is the same.
Yeah. Which one do you prefer today?
They're the same. They're pretty much on 18 or water. We talk the same.
Yeah.
And Dave
All right.
Dave said the Grassman Chronicles this Saturday is at 6, Christmas in July.
Christmas in July. How fucking dare you, Pragmatic Crystal? Oh boy, my face hurts from laughing. I tell you what, you know, the other night, the call-in show, we had some technical difficulties with the calls or whatever. You were our one and only. Well, you weren't our only caller. Ember tried to call. We actually had a couple calls that didn't get, because we had another caller and I couldn't get them on either. But yeah,
I started calling pretend it wasn't me, but I figured you had I figured you know my number, and so I was going to be like, so y'all think it came from nothing, or we came from a rock, or are you related to a strawberry? Something like that. I was going to ask some kind of stupid question like that.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say though is afterwards, whenever AJ and Amber both joined the panel, we ended up actually talking about your question, and led to one of the most fascinating conversations on that subject that I've had in a long time. For real, you would think something from nothing. What does that bring up? But it was actually, we talked about some neat stuff and how it makes sense within entropy even, and then how all that ties back to contingency. And we talked about several things to do with that, and it ended up being an awesome conversation. I had a lot of fun, and that was probably one of the more eye-opening conversations I've had with other atheists in a while. That wasn't, you know, something that we talk about normally.
PC said we know your voice, so she didn't think I'd get by with it.
And Grayson is just absolutely great at communicating science ideas. Grayson is he's just good at it. He's just, he's got a knack for explaining things in a way that people can understand, even if they're, you know, not an expert in some scientific field or things. He really explains it well. And that's why I wanted him to get into the whole amyloid thing, because I don't really know much about that, but I knew he could do it in a good way for people to understand. He's just incredibly good at what he does. All of them are, but it was really awesome to have Grayson come on and be the host. Did you see me catch him off guard when I said you called me stupid during one stream?
Yes, and I remember that, because I was
mad about that the day after.
You were so injured by that because you liked him. You mean you were just like really you'd been watching him and you were like really impressed with all this stuff that he knew, and he was a bigger channel and all this stuff, and y'all went on that stream and he called you stupid, and you were just like very injured by that. I remember, because it was like he called me stupid, and I mean, and y'all.
To be clear, again, he didn't call me stupid. I said something, and he said that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, but it was like, I mean, it was just like really wounded Joe.
I was upset about that for a while.
Yeah,
not upset
because remember there was like
specifically just upset that I had looked.
You wouldn't even go on streams with him anymore. When he was on there, you didn't want to go on there with him.
I didn't go back on that show, but once after that. And the only reason I went on there then was because it was Was it the after show thing that I did? I think it was. I think it was the T-Rock after show is the only reason.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but it
that's
again.
it.
He said, "I don't believe
show.
I said it." That's what he said, and I
Yeah.
said, "Yo, yeah, you did, because I was there and I remember it." I said, "Joe was upset over it for a while."
I wasn't even back then though. I wasn't mad. I mean, I guess the first 24 hours I was mad at him, pouting or whatever. But like after that, I wasn't mad at him so much as it was just like, okay, well, but honestly, with what I said, it's not that I still disagree. I still think he was even wrong for disagreeing with me on it. And I'm not going to get into what it was, but, it just taught me quick, like, okay, let's not, this isn't about my feelings and stuff. And it's okay that people disagree with me and think my questions are stupid. Some of them sound that way in this accent sometimes too, without my help. I can't be too hurt by that. But Grayson, it was after that he went and debated Kent Hovind and stuff. And I was like, that's the way you fucking debate Kent Hovind right there. That's how you debate Kent Hovind. You go and just completely crush him to his face.
Or do it like Mandisa did.
Yeah, well, that's the way she did it too.
And if you haven't seen that, go to Black Non-Believers and watch it. And watch
Mandisa confirmed the appointment here. I emailed her and talked to her, and she got back with me, and then she confirmed. So Mandisa,
so Mandisa's going to be on the show too. Yeah, I asked her, but so she tore Kent's ass up.
Yeah, we're of course going to talk about some of that, but she destroyed Kent. He people going to Dinosaur Adventureland. I mean, he has to realize if they've made the trip to come there to debate him, like they're taking it serious. They're not doing what he's doing and just going to read off the same old slides. Like they have answers for his script. And
he
invited not that there are good answers that he could prepare. I'm just saying, like, he should change things up a little bit. These people that are coming there to debate him, you best believe they know what his script is, at least, He
invited her. See, he thinks he's asked
he thinks he can win anybody. He
thinks Jerry Coyne are to come on.
He invited Grayson too. He invited Grayson publicly, so I know how he is, but
Jerry Coyne, he was like, Jerry Coyne, come debate me. You know what I mean? Like Jerry Coyne. But Mandisa said he contacted her.
Yeah.
And of course, but yeah, she did great. I mean, just absolutely, she just was absolute.
Now, see, Proverbs guy, if I ever get in a position to where I can with this show, I'll take it on the road and I'll go to the places where I can actually have conversations with people about the things they believe rather than doing it this way. I'll literally go there and do it. But
you mean knocking on doors like Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah. I mean, I could just do that here.
We always say we're not.
Why do I got to go anywhere? They're all already here.
We always say atheists don't go banging on your door trying to ask you why you don't believe.
Don't go bang on people's door and shake an instruction booklet at them.
Some chick tracks, but we'll name them something else.
Yeah, that's funny. But I mean, there's plenty of theists here for me to talk to. But like the Kent Hovinds and stuff, I would go to Dinosaur Adventureland and talk to Kent Hovind. I would do that. Like, but I don't want to. I would feel better doing it that way than I would on the internet against Kent Hovind, honestly. I would actually be better with that. But I would love to go to the places though where these people are and look at the places that they, because Kent Hovind might not let me, but if I was going to go debate Kent Hovind, I want to stay there for like a day or two and videotape goings-ons and meet the people.
You can stay. You got 2 days.
And do interviews with the people there and all that stuff. I want to do that.
He has
and I'll be nice and respectful about it, He
has a standing invitation.
Maybe I'll see if he'll let me come do it, and I'll take a bus down to Lenox, Alabama. Speaking of taking a bus places,
I wouldn't want to ride. I'd want to ride out there. It's way out in the sticks.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like Big Bad Mama's been there, and I'll
take my team. I'll take my tent and I'll take trees with me. We'll be fine. Speaking of taking a bus, though, we also got the Kentucky Free Thought Convention coming up on the 7th. And
I'll be there.
Yeah, Robin will be there. I'll be there. Pinworm will be there. I don't know who else for sure will be there. I know Seth Andrews will be there.
Mm-hmm.
I know Daryl Ray's usually there. I expect he will be. He's real fond of the Kentucky Free Thought Convention in particular. Is why I say that I think he'll be there.
I'll be.
Robin will be running a booth for the RFR. But yeah, anybody that wants to go, get online and get your tickets. There's a couple hundred left, I think. Well, less than a couple hundred actually. But get online and get your tickets. It's at the Cincinnati Airport Holiday Inn, which is in Erlanger, Kentucky. I know Cincinnati, Ohio Airport, but it's in Kentucky. It's right there on the.
It's far north you can go in Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's right there on the river.
It's right across from the airport is how you get into Kentucky. So, but yeah, I look forward to that and lots of great speakers and meeting people and maybe hawking some Kentucky Atheist T-shirts or something. I think that would be a good place for it, right? Like the Kentucky Atheist probably looks good on a shirt when you're at the Kentucky Free Thought Convention. I get to be the only atheist there, the Kentucky Atheist. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Other than that, I guess catch everybody this weekend. Thank you. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Bye.